Well, hello there, Proxirius here, with something a little bit special today. Yes, you're looking at a tier list. It's not the usual tier list, because I wanted to do kind of a rundown on everything, well, everything important that we've seen throughout the past week, thanks to the courtesy of the Summer Game Fest with the State of Play, also Nintendo Direct. All of this is already available on my YouTube channel, all the reactions, at least the first reactions, because there's definitely some afterthoughts that I have about certain things. So we're gonna kind of do it, maybe slow, maybe fast. I don't know how exactly, but I wanna go through the games that were shown during all the presentations and just adjust them on this tier list of sorts. And it's gonna be done in two different phases. First phase, I'm just gonna obviously I'm gonna be talking a lot. I'm gonna be talking a lot about these games, or particular ones. I'm gonna arrange them for when they are gonna be releasing, and after we're gonna put everything in the right order. There's a special section here, must play, because I also want to discuss which of the games that are going to be here are the priority to play, and which maybe we can skip, maybe we can delay, definitely a lot to go through, and I'm obviously going to be curious to see what are your thoughts gonna be. What do you want to play? What are you not interested in? Well, probably you probably wouldn't even notice what you're not interested in, but what you are interested, I would like to know. And also one more thing is that there might be like 2 or 3 games missing. There's 42 titles. 42 titles that I put in here. There's definitely something missing, so do remind me. Maybe I overlooked something that is just by mistake, or maybe there's something worth attention and I didn't realize it. But let us begin, and we're gonna begin in order, more or less, starting with upcoming July and August. What are we gonna be releasing there? Oh boy, wait. Wait, this is actually hard to... This is not arranged what I have down below here, but we gonna actually have Kyoto Xanadu that wasn't actually shown on any of the presentations, at least the biggest ones that we were checking out. Hey Rexar, and it's over here. Welcome. We just started. How are you all doing? I'm fine. We're doing something special. So, Kyoto Xanadu. It wasn't shown, but I think it should be here because this is not a game that I want to overlook. And apparently it's released in July. I don't remember exact date, but it is there. I want to play Tokyo Xanadu, but I also need to continue playing Trails games until the point where it's more appropriate to check out this sub-series. Hey, and so, final free week, and okay, hey, lucky you, better make everything out of this. It still doesn't have a release date in the West? Really? Wait, are you saying it's only in Japan? Wait, I'm sorry, Falcom, what happened with releasing all of your games now, worldwide? Okay, I don't know the details. We're gonna figure this out later. Let us just be here. Now, what is gonna be next actually is Xenoblade Chronicles. Wait, that's the wrong one. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Definitive Edition, Switch 2 Edition, 4K 60 FPS, new content, etc. Falcom never had been a good student when it came to release worldwide. Apparently so. Oh boy. Alright, so this is a fresh announcement. How convenient, because I was really contemplating getting into this series, Xenoblade Chronicles Trilogy, for many years, and now it feels like almost appropriate to finally start. Do let me know what you think about this. I already did a poll on my YouTube channel, but yeah, apparently, I thought in the trailer it said October, but it's actually coming out in July 30th. The first game is already available, the second game is gonna have its upgraded version in July 30th, so it's cool. Next, actually, the end of July and August, it's summer, not many games, there is gonna be Sinking City 2. It is coming out August 18. I'm kind of like checking out the calendar. Xenoblade will be fun to watch. Ooh, it's nice to hear if it's gonna be fun to watch. Alright, well, Sinking City 2, a horror game. Lovecraftian-esque horror game with an open world where you take place of a detective, which is really nice, because I do like my detective games. And I also played the first Sinking City. It was one of the first games that I played on this channel in early 2025. Oh my god, so long ago. A year ago, in fact. It was a nice game. It does need some improvements. It's just a good mix of like open world. Your decisions matters because you are like a detective. You are solving mysteries, puzzles, and then you have like a little bit decisions of where it goes. Maybe you need to lie. Like it depends like on your moral compass, kinda. Like what would you do? Does like the crime justifies the means and all that stuff? It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice. All right, but this is the end of the summer. Very easy. Now is the hardest part. This is why specifically it's September and October separately from each other. Oh boy. So, are we ready? Because this one is big. We are starting this month with what? Halloween. Halloween the video game. Okay, let it just be here. All right. It's kind of nice, but I don't think it's gonna be taking priorities anytime soon. It's kind of a Dead by Daylight competitor where it's like 4 players versus 1 Michael Myers from the Halloween franchise. But from the trailer that actually was shown on the conferences, they showed a story mode, and it looked legit actually, where you actually play as Michael Myers. So this is kind of nice selling point, because hey, maybe you don't want to play online, maybe you just want to play it as a single player game and immerse yourself in a role of this very famous maniac. That is nice. But now, what is coming after this? Oh boy. And yeah, Halloween itself is September 8th, just in case. But on September 17th, Fire Emblem Fortune's Wave. Holy shit. Oh my god. This one. I mean, sadly all the previous DVD competitors are in the same place today, the graveyard. Yeah, I'm aware, and it is very sad, because it's kind of like, it's not very healthy for like the genre if DBD is the only one of its kind. Like it kind of makes them kind of lazy, in my opinion. Like if there's no competition, then there's no improvements for what already exists, you know what I mean? But I'm kind of like, at least kind of give it a shot. What if? Plus you can enjoy it as a single player, so again, like it's a nice little point for the Halloween. But Fire Emblem Fortune's Wave, September 17th. It's so soon, and I'm so excited. God damn, dude! Like I was already excited without really playing the games, just from the reveal trailer, because okay, I'm not. So I love this setting. I love the aesthetics that the setting is implied, but also characters. There are certainly characters who might or might not be half of the main cast of the protagonists really are my type. I'm just gonna say it. I'm just gonna say that there might be someone who's like, holy shit, this is 10. This is 10 out of 10. I cannot ignore this. This sells me the game, even if I didn't know what this game is, just because of the character. But we're gonna talk about this a little bit more, because what do we have after Fire Emblem? Still in September, I am checking out. This is actually Silent Hill Townfall. Uh, kind of waiting. It is coming out September 24th. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be very small. I know what these developers did. I really like the developers of this particular game. The story is untold and observant. Where you play as a droid in a space station. It's a small, kind of like interesting horror games. I wouldn't even say they're horror games. They're mostly like thrill. Like, it's more like a atmosphere. It's not really jump scares. It's more like psychological, more about like story driven. So I'm hoping this is gonna be nice. It's probably gonna be a very small experience. I'm curious to check it out. And after that, on the same day, coming out, ooh boy, it is none other than, where the hell is it? Control Resonant is coming out right after it. Not after it, the same day, September 24th. Control, the sequel of the Control by Remedy, the creators of Max Payne, Alan Wake, and a couple other games that we are not gonna mention. But they all kind of still in the same universe. Waiting for this game, it looks very promising. I really liked the original Control, and obviously the other games from from the same creators. But the first game, like I said many times, it did needed some improvements. Like my biggest gripe with the first Control, that it is a little bit repetitive. There's not enough variety of the environment, variety of enemies, variety of like weapons and skills. The skills are basically telekinesis, but it's different kinds. Yeah, but the sequel, ooh, really promising. Already feels like there's a lot of improvements going on in there. And with the next game, which gonna close the September tab, is... Oh boy, where is it? Oh my god, it's somewhere in here, I swear. Oh my god, this list is giant. Oh, here it is, Onimusha. It is Onimusha, Way of the Sword, coming out on the next day, September 25th. That's a must. That's a must, especially after demo version that I've checked out. Oh boy, it was really fun. I mean, it's a new Capcom game. I never played any Onimusha games prior. Yes, being a fan of a lot of Capcom titles, this is one series that I never checked out. But it is new, like a action samurai action game. Pretty linear. I assume it's kind of not gonna be too big. It's probably very linear. It's basically Resident Evil, but you are a samurai. This is just the gist of it. And demo version really shown just a taste of the gameplay, and especially with the boss fight, it does feels very, very enjoyable to play. Not too hard, but definitely with some complexity there, and a lot of flavor. So this is what's coming out in September. We're moving on to the October with the release of Ace Combat 8, Wings of Zeef? I don't even know how to pronounce this word. It's coming out October 7th. That's an interesting thing. I tried Ace Combat 7, and I think one of the very old ones, I don't remember which one, not too much, like kind of briefly. Fun, unusual, especially like the latest one, Ace Combat 7, is like, whoa, what is that? That's not what I expected. This is this is not your Microsoft Flight Simulator, that's for sure. It's curious. The newest one looks just as crazy, and I mean, it's a newest one, so I'm sure they're gonna up the craziness going on in this game. But will it take priority? I'm not sure. It's way too different kind of game. Like, I personally definitely not very used to it, but like I'm thinking like when it's gonna come out. Maybe like we need to see like what people saying, people who are actually gonna try it, and maybe diehard fans. What can they say about this new one? Is it worth it? Is it really good? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But next one on the line is not exactly a game, but the important expansion. It's Dragon's Dogma 2: Dark Arisen. It is October 9th. Ooh, man. Alright. You need a specific mood to get into the Ace Combat game. Yeah, I can guess so. It's a very unique game for sure. Like, look, in terms of the genre, it's not even simulator. Like, it is simulator, but it's kind of a mix of like action simulator. Just like, whoa, that's a wild card, basically. With Dragon's Dogma, I really loved first Dragon's Dogma. I brought it day one when it released. I think it was I think it was 2011 or something. I technically brought it because I like demo version, but they will also including demo version for Resident Evil 6. You buy in Dragon's Dogma, this unknown new IP, and you're gonna get a nice promotional code to download a demo for Resident Evil 6. Nice. And it turned out Dragon's Dogma was absolutely awesome. It had like it had a lot of gameplay mechanics from Monster Hunter, but it was a just full-fledged, just dark fantasy RPG with a pretty big world and like very memorable, like, I don't know, like gameplay elements in the counters. I'm not like gonna spoil it even. There's a creativity going on to this game, how it approaches very classic like RPG elements and like encounters with the mythical beasts, etc. I really wanted to play the second game. I already have it, just didn't put my hands onto it. But I think now it's kind of opportunity since they announced this expansion. I'm like, oh man, when it's gonna release, now I'm definitely very interested into trying out the full version of Dragon's Dogma 2. After that, what do we have? Oh, this one is kind of interesting. So, on October 15th, we getting Castlevania. Damn, Castlevania Belmont's Curse. Yo, we're actually getting a classic Metroidvania, literally Castlevania. It's not even Metroidvania because there's not Metroid, but there's Castlevania. So I'm really looking forward to it. Like we didn't got much of it for a very long time, thanks Konami. A lot of thanks to Konami in terms of the old all the series that they butchered. But I have like I'm just like, I have a hope, you know? I'm hoping for the best. It looks really nice. Like, at very least, visually, it is a hell of a candy in my opinion. Very beautiful main heroine, very beautiful bosses that we've seen from the recent trailer as well. So it's like, I think Konami really does want to sell this game, unlike some of the other companies nowadays. It looks very nice. It is like your classic 2D Castlevania game, and it's not a big one, like it's also cheap, so I'm kind of like, I do want to try it day one. It looks very appealing. That is the word. It looks hell of appealing. And after that, we're closing October with the release at the very end of the month, October 29th. The Phantom Blade Zero. Oh my god, how many years came by? This game was announced like a long time ago. Well, not too long ago. I guess it's like 3 or 4 years ago. It was announced. It's basically another, I think, Chinese Souls-like game where you like playing as a samurai of sorts. And from the looks of it, I really liked it as well. Like, it's just the vibes, you know? When there's something announced and it's like something new, just maybe like something in the genre that you like, but it has all the nice bits of like making you like interested in it. Oh, it looks nice. Nice design of the characters as well. It is moody, it is dark. It is also shown like a lot of nice looking gameplay. So I'm looking forward to this one. Although a little bit, a tiny bit now, it's harder to wait for it when there's like Onimusha and some other games. I feel like at this point this genre is kind of too much. Like this, it's a bit overflown. There's too many Souls-like inspired games. But this one I'm still waiting. Moving on from the October, we're actually going to check out what is coming for the rest of the year. Fall 2026. Some games do... Actually, wait. I'm not sure if some do. I think some do have a date of the release, but others not. They are just promised to be released. But what do we know for sure? Xenoblade Chronicles 3. The enhanced Switch 2 edition is actually coming out December 3rd. Very nice. Wait, actually, there should be a November here as well. We're gonna figure this out. And by the way, I think I've actually forgot to put Xenoblade Chronicles 1. It should be here. It technically already released. Kinda miss it out here. So, what do we have? Xenoblade Chronicles 3? Nice. What else do we have? There's 3 games without date of the release. One of them is kind of interesting. It's Hellraiser. Believe it or not, it's another horror game. It is Clive Barker's Hellraiser revival. And this one, honestly, from the recent trailer, I'm kind of like, whoa. I think this is actually really worth checking out. Prior to this, I was aware that this game was created, but I was just like, well, I don't know, like another like game by this like old horror IP. I don't know exactly what to expect, but thankfully they took a very good direction. The recent trailer shown like actual proper gameplay. This is a game. It's not multiplayer. It's a single player. It's very reminiscent of the very old another game based on Clive Barker's books, the Jericho, which is basically like this. This game is an old game. It's a first-person shooter, but with like superpowers. It's like you have different kind of abilities to use, you have guns, and this is already a good selling point. It's not like I need to run and hide, I can just shoot nightmares in the face. Perfect, and it really looked nice. Beside that, what do we have? We have another horror game. Where is it? It's Remothered, the Red Nun. Does it have a full name? It's a Red Nun's Legacy. No date of the release. I assume they're actually coming out like maybe November. I guess they're not really hitting October for the Halloween, but I guess they're like somewhere in there. This Remothered, it's a 3rd game, and apparently it's a final game for the trilogy. It is heavily inspired by Clock Tower, which, by the way, on my channel I have a full game, the classic Clock Tower, fully completed, and also some other stuff similar to it. It's interesting. I'm just gonna say, it's interesting to me, this game. I've played the first one, it was pretty cool. Weird as hell. There is a second one, which is kind of controversial. I didn't play it yet, but maybe I'm gonna revisit them just to have a full picture of the story, or this trilogy, because this is one aspect. I feel like maybe some people don't quite realize why I personally like horror games. 9 times out of the 10, I like horror games because they provide very interesting stories, like really captivating to me. It's, again, this... I'm kind of trying to explain what exactly I find like very appealing in these stories. They almost look at detective stories, which I mentioned I like as well. It's this mysteries. It's like you are ending up in this like horrifying situations, and you need, first of all, survive, but also very often you need to figure out what is happening. There's like some complex story between the characters, or like some kind of lore, like the curse, what is the cause of the curse, how to break it, and like kind of complexities to this. This is what I really like, because if the horror game is simply exists for the sake to scare you, like with jump scares, etc., I'm not interested. If there is no substance and it's just scares, then it's a skip. So here you go. I hope now you kinda get into why I like it. And next is also without the date of the release. I think maybe they're gonna delay. I'm not sure. There's a Lords of the Fallen 2, which is a Souls-like game by Polish developers. There is Lords of the... I think, like, original Lords of the Fallen way back in 2010 was, like, the very first ever Souls clone. It was kind of rough around the edges. It was mostly action game, just getting some elements. But interesting that they just decided, like, a decade later, reboot it and name it the same way, Lords of the Fallen, the first one. I haven't played it. I really I wanted it, but Lies of P was just better, and then like the demo version is like didn't really impress me. But the sequel though, the sequel does look promising. Like it's again the case of like maybe they're gonna improve a lot of stuff that I found not really appealing. Plus developers specifically of the Lords of the Fallen 2 are now very actively speaking with the audience, asking what audience wants. Which also might or might not include how gamers find attractive characters appealing. And they're taking notes, apparently. So, hey, good for them, good for people who are waiting for this game. And this, for now, actually concludes my list for this this year. So let us arrange just the rest of the stuff that I have that was shown on the presentations, and we're gonna be slowly figuring out some stuff. So, 2027 and potentially 2028? Oh boy, alright, well, it's pretty much everything else, obviously. What is coming out earliest? I'm not actually sure. I think Resident Evil Veronica was promised kinda early, and obviously I'm waiting for this one. Veronica, Code Veronica, the original, has a very special place in my heart, but also, after this announcement, I kinda get a little bit worried, tiny bit. Because, I know these games, I've played all of them, the marathon on my channel is the proof of this, going through basically all of them. So I'm glad they're finally doing it, because I was screaming do Veronica for like 5 years straight, ever since they started with remakes, with the remake of 2. But that's the thing. Since they did remake of 2, 3, and 4, now I'm actually concerned about Veronica, because I've seen what they changed. And what I really don't want of them is to change Veronica. That's, you probably can understand the the thought I have. From the trailer, they're already like changing the intro of the game, because in the original Claire Redfield is basically like, I think she is in France actually, yes, at first she's like infiltrating the Umbrella building, freaking skyscraper in France, and blowing it the fuck up, like wreaking havoc like no one else, freaking helicopter bosses, etc. She just blows everyone up, but still there's just one guy who finally apprehends her and takes her to the island. But from what we've seen in the trailer, they changed it already. She's still in France, and I've noticed, like, yeah, she's, like, investigating Umbrella, clearly. But then Hunk appears and just kidnapping her from the old woman's apartment. Like, it's like a small change, but it's definitely... It's a weird... Like, I want to stay here a little bit, because it's something that I don't really liked in the previous remake of 4. Capcom tries to almost feels embarrassed by how cheesy Resident Evil always was. So now they want to make it more realistic, more serious. And I'm not really feeling it. I'm not really feeling how they doing this. I think I can stay here for a way longer time to explain every single detail about everything you thought. don't get me wrong, Resident Evil 2 Remake is good, but it had its content cut out. Resident Evil 3 Remake is awful, because it basically cut out like 60, if not like 70% of the original game. It's insane, it's a crippled game. But then Resident Evil 4 Remake is a really good game and a massive game. It didn't cut out stuff, it's rearranged it a little bit. But what it did, it's kind of rewritten the characters. It rewrote the atmosphere a little bit. It became too serious, way dramatic. Kind of like almost on the nose. It still like tries to be cheesy in places and like crack the joke, but then now it's kind of like lost the feel of it. Now it's just a very broody, like a very like a very dark game. All right, you know what? I think we need to move on. If you have questions, please ask. I can talk about this for a very long time. What is also releasing? Help me out. There is like some stuff that I think is like promised like on a February or March or something. I think there's actually the newest announced Atelier Carrier, which we actually did not get a trailer. Probably other games. Probably. There is the new Atelier Carrier, which is a continuation of the latest game, so they probably like as they doing like still making trilogies, which is nice. This is just came out of nowhere. I haven't seen a trailer yet. The trailer wasn't on the showcases we've seen, but it was announced, and apparently does releasing like a spring of the next year. Nice, it's a new Atelier game, but I am a little bit... I've played Yumiya on the channel. I had some fun, but I think it's not the right way they're going now with the series. I was super excited for Yumiya from the trailers, but when I actually played it, I was like, this is kind of wrong. They now made Atelier a full-fledged open-world game with all the bad stuff in it. Which is like, it's like infinite amount of treasure chests to open, it's kind of barren lands, you're just running around, it's not the right way. And the alchemy element was also tuned down. It's now so simplistic, you can basically might as well learn nothing and just play on autoplay the alchemy elements, which is, it's weird, it's defeating the whole point of the series. And funny thing, I am actually I'm not a fan of the alchemy in this series because it's very hard. It's a complex one. I hate it, but I admit, like, without it, it just loses its soul, kinda. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather have it super hard for me to figure it out rather than have it like tuned down for the babies. You know what I mean? I mean, Yumiya was kind of mid in terms of the sales, I believe, so I guess they prefer to remain low profile for once. I can see it. Yeah, I would still check out the trailer at some point later, for sure. It's kind of funny that they announced it, because I actually wanted to go back, because I haven't played all the Atelier games. There are some that I really wanted, that are back in the past. I really wanted to revisit them. So it might be really funny if when the new game gonna arrive, I'm actually gonna play the older one instead. We'll see. But anyway, there was also something else promised. Oh boy, you know what, just briefly, I think there is a remaster of Thief, the original Thief game, which is kinda nice. This is just classic. I don't think there's like much to say about it. I hope it's gonna release though, because funny enough, Deus Ex, the original Deus Ex, was promised the remaster last year. I think, a year ago, and it was basically frozen in development. I even had it pre-ordered, and the money were returned to me because they basically like delay it for forever. What the hell? So I hope at least Thief is gonna come out. It seems like it's gonna be just an old game. Nothing is gonna be butchered. It's just an old game with a good like resolution, etc. Hmm. Yumiya was very promising, honestly. The result, cold shower, kinda. Yeah, that's basically what I said. From the trailers, I really like the design of the characters, the world kinda looked promising, the mood was much darker, because I do like my mood darker, I love my depression, but when I played it, it's a bad priorities. It's like, instead of the, like, corridor, like a linear challenging JRPG, it became open world. It kind of I want to like return back to the Atelier Yumi at the previous game. It basically lost its identity because it tried to be everything at once. It wanted to be open world game, it wanted to be Genshin Impact, it wanted to be like Assassin's Creed. It just was all over the place, and in the end it became like nothing in the end, like my honest opinion. And the story was also, it had couple good things, couple good points, but overall forgettable. Like, overall the story was just not worth of like 50 hours of the experience. uh unfortunate. Maybe they can improve it. I mean, there is always like something to hope for. What else is releasing? I know what is there. The Stranger Than Heaven, the game from the creators of Yakuza games, or at least some of the games, part of the development team. It is interesting looking game, even though I kind of don't like the piss filter they're using. Everything is just this yellow and brown. I mean, yes, of course I did liked it in my 2000s, but now it's kind of the visually it's kind of weird. But beside the point, it looks interesting. It's another game from Like a Dragon team. Very nice. I do like Yakuza games, but there is a tiny bit of a concern again from my part. It's because of everything. I haven't played all the Yakuza games. I want to return back to like to continue playing them, but I'm not very happy about what Sega, the publisher, is doing as of late, as of like the past several years. I heard some stuff from the newest releases of Yakuza-esque games. First of all, like, the pirate game is like absolutely unappealing looking to me. I know people had fun, but it looks like so filler. It looks so freaking filler. I'm like, it's almost painful. It looks so cringe. And then it's like a little stuff here and there. It's a remaster of Zero, which had its like story rewritten with the new scenes that are like all the red herring and characters apparently not dying and reviving, like a lot of like little stuff that kind of piles up to like, now it kind of feels dirty, like something is going on there. So I'm kind of concerned about this. Plus, Sega is also publisher of the Atlus games. It's a Persona games. And I'm also not happy what happening recently with Persona series. Persona 5 really disappointed me in the end. I really enjoyed the game, but by the end, I kinda started hating it. And on the second playthrough of 5, I really started hating what they did with Persona 5. And then everything else started happening. They started milking the series, they delved heavily into DLCs with the insane prices, then another version of the game that you need to buy for the full price. If you own the older version, you cannot be upgraded even with a discount, you need to buy it again. It released on like PlayStation 4. Then on PlayStation 5, you again need to pay full price because you cannot upgrade from 4 to 5. There's a lot of scummy stuff, just scummy stuff constantly going on with Sega games for the past 5 years. I think it started with Persona 5. I think Persona 5 was just so successful, it really just absolutely like destroyed the last brain cells like the executives at Sega have, and they just starting going full on just like absolutely scummy behavior, in my opinion. I will say it once more, Persona 5 Striker is the best Persona 5 out there. Interesting. You're saying Musou game spin-off is actually better than the base Persona 5. Alright. So, what else do we have? I'm kind of looking... Oh! Final Fantasy. Wait a minute, do I have another Final Fantasy here? Oh, well, it's gonna come up later. You know what, let me actually took out Xenoblade Chronicles from here, because it's technically already released. We're gonna come back to this, believe me, there is a reason, because we are not finished with this tier list. And I hope, if you're still watching, you're enjoying this, you're enjoying me yapping about a lot of different video games, and hearing my personal, obviously the best opinion out there. So, Final Fantasy Remake 7 Revelation. Oh my god, this is mouthful. I think it's actually promised very early in 2027, which is crazy. This one, I think we need to check out. I don't even know what to say. I've played the first part. Oh, and so what are you talking? Not only the gameplay, the story is actually better. I hit the Persona 5 with my first blade. Persona 5 Striker cured my anger a little. And then everything else came out. The dance games that are completely butchered, the soundtrack, the rabbits. So much. But anyway, another controversial game, Final Fantasy VII Remake. I played the first one, the first part, the Midgard, was very nice. Took me like 100 hours, because I platinumed it, which included the second playthrough on the hardest difficulty, etc. I liked it, it's very nice. There is obviously second part available, Rebirth, which is more of an open world, very intimidating. I feel the second part is just insanely massive, but I do wanna obviously go back at some point, check out Rebirth, and maybe by that point the final part is gonna be released, Revelation. So, moving from that, I think Metro 2039. Metro 2039. This one is promising. From the looks of it, it looks really, really, really nice. I highly recommend to check out this series if you have not. I played the first two. They're quite old at this point. It's Metro 2033, I think? 32? Oh my god, I forgot the number actually. The year. And Metro Last Light, which is basically a sequel. It's a duology. The first two games, very nice first-person action games. It's a horror, it's a thriller, it's post-apocalypse. It's a nice story. It's a very immersive gameplay. It's a nice mix of just everything. Like if you like your post-apocalyptic stories, some action, some like different endings, by the way, depending on your alignment, be it good or bad, maybe neutral, who knows. There is some good stuff. I haven't played the Exodus, but with a 2039, wow, this one really looks nice. Alright, what else? I think we kind of passed the point where there is at least some kind of a date of the release. So now I'm just gonna go through the rest of the stuff that we have on this list. Let's just go with Warhammer. Never played a single Warhammer game ever, but I kind of wanted it to try someday, at least something. There is a Space Marine 2, which is like a third-person action game. Maybe I should check it out. But this one, I mean, looked very impressive. It's a total war game. It's a strategy game. And it looked crazy. Like, I don't even have words. It looked so impressive, so epic. It felt like it must be the most like definitive Warhammer 40k there is, right? I don't know. I think we need to ask fans what do they think about this. But yeah, I'm putting it here because it really looks very interesting. I hope it's gonna be good. What else? There is kind of a dark horse. 1666 Amsterdam. This one's kind of just piqued my interest. Listen to me. Apparently it's from the creator of the original Assassin's Creed. Before it became bad, obviously. At least I hope so. And it's just kind of interesting setting. It's like literally like 1666 and you play the role of the witch. It's like I'm expecting you going through the like witch trials, maybe summoning your broom and flying away from the Inquisitors. It is dark, it's down to earth, but it's like you have some powers, dark magic. Kind of interesting, but like I said, Dark Horse, don't know how much to expect from it. The one more thing that is kind of concerning, I don't know what they meant. Maybe I haven't got many details about this project. It apparently gonna be on PC in early access, and this is just weird to me. What do you mean early access? What is this game? Because I thought it's like a single player. Are you putting a single player in the early access? Just weird stuff. I don't understand it. But anyway, moving on, we have Alien Isolation 2. Horror game. A good one, definitely, because first Alien Isolation is like, whoa, man, when did it came out? I think it was 2014. It was impressive. I mean, it's a game in the franchise of Alien. I like Alien. I like Predator, all those classic 80s horror action movies. Really nice stuff, really nice stuff. And Isolation was basically very faithful to the world of Alien. It was a very nice game. It was terrifying, definitely, but you still had a lot of tools in your disposal to kind of get through it. Not only the alien, but also rogue androids. The only thing I can say about Isolation, surprisingly, the first one, it was kind of too long. It surprisingly was too big for its own good. Like, it kind of was too stretched, you know what I mean? Which is impressive. Like, horror games usually very known of being, like, very, very small. Isolation in the end was like, whoa, like 15, if not 20 hours? That's insane. But anyway, waiting for this one, the sequel. But a very, like, it's a very simple thought. The first one was good, so I'm hoping for the sequel to also be good. But what else? What else was announced? Ooh, Stellar Blade Blood Rain. Whew! Oh boy. Oh boy. What can we say about this? What do we think about this? I don't know, to me, any horror game, it feels like it never ends because I'm scared as fuck. I understand that. It's like you stuck in like one room, afraid to move on, and there's a whole game ahead of you, and you just stand. Maybe you're like even staying at the main menu, unable to play further. This is why it feels like it's eternity. Alright, so, Stellar Blade, Blood Rain. So, I've played Stellar Blade on my channel. It was a nice action slasher kind of game. Very fun servicey, very beautiful looking, definitely. Well, certain parts of it that are constantly jiggling on the screen. Very appreciative for this. But I think, like, since I have a very good taste for the video games, I'm gonna be, like, completely honest, I think Stellar Blade was a bit mid. I'm gonna explain a little bit. So, there's definitely like a notion of like you either hate Stellar Blade or you absolutely love it. I think like I loved it, but I have a lot of gripe to it. The story wasn't really interesting. The dialogue was very iffy. Voice acting was even worse, and don't let me start with the lip syncing. Lip syncing was like very jarring. Some of the quests kind of were just a fetch quest, a little bit boring. The open locations were literally deserts, and like there were some nice stuff to like find some secrets, some optional mini bosses, but other than that, it was like just empty barren. Where the game definitely shined, it was fan service and the dungeon levels, like basically where the game transports you into story mission, which is linear, and these parts were much better. But what was actually highlighted in the first Stellar Blade is the final act. Like, I can definitely say that the beginning is strong, like the prologue is strong, then it's like 60% kind of mid, some highlights, some not really good stuff, but then the final act, when the game finally like it literally puts you in the the point of no return. like literal one. If you forget to do like some side quests, now the time. After the point of no return, when the game's like fully puts itself on the rails, it's become like strictly linear. This was the best part, I think. Like the final third act, where you go into the space elevator first. From now on, the game actually shined. You go into like to the space elevator, you use space elevator, you going all the way up. This section had all the best bosses. It had like 4, 5, 6 bosses in a row. All of them were the best. There were some surprise, interesting locations to present. This is where the combat was the best as well, because you had a lot of tools, a lot of the like cinematic stuff as well, and the very finale of the game was, I think, also a highlight. With my ending, at very least, what I got, I was really satisfied. And it's finally where the story became interesting, at the very end. And henceforth, I was like, okay, well, Stellar Blade 2 is announced. I hope they're gonna expand on this. And Blood Rain is announced, and it looks beautiful. And it looks so beautiful. God damn, I think they are ready again. I think we definitely have a case of some games, sequels, that are improving what was wrong with the first games. Blood Rain, I really like the new heroine, really like. Gee, they basically going Anita the Battle Angel route. This like hell of a freaking tomboy that works at like police. Her weapon of choice is a fucking knuckles. Freaking gauntlets. One of my favorite freaking weapon types. And just, if we go through the trailer again, like, you can see how she even fights. It's so freaking nice looking. And the place of the event, the place where the event are taking are now like some kind of a futuristic megalopolis. Like, it's not a desert anymore. It's actually like it is a whole like city, it's a world, it's dense, it looks very promising. I really have high hopes for this one. Alright, we've stayed here alone. Let's see. Next one, Crossfire. Kinda interesting. Cannot say too much. It was like announced, it's a new game, it's like a military action, but as a trailer were going, there was like more and more crazier stuff going on, from the military action to some kind of like a, I don't know, like sci-fi or maybe some mysticism. Like something is going on there. I even like mentioned Crisis. That like kind of reminded me of this, where it's like you're just a spec op guy with an advanced suit, obviously, going on some kind of a recon mission, and then fucking aliens, the spaceship appears in the middle of the game, and it's like, oh whoa, oh wow, so this is what it was all about actually. Like it twists itself like upside down and just becomes a crazy roller coaster of like a shooter game. So this is as much as I can say. It's interesting. We'll see. Might be bad, might be good, might be mid. Next one. Oh boy. All right. Persona 6. I think I already said enough about my thoughts about Sega, about Atlus's titles, about Personas. I'm just gonna say, I'm concerned. When they showed trailer with this graveyard scenery, I was like, oh, it must be Shin Megami Tensei, and it would make sense in terms of the mood and presentation for it to be SMT. But then they really revealed this absolutely ugliest. Oh, wait a minute. They revealed this absolutely ugliest looking Persona 6 freaking logo. Let's be honest, it's ugly as hell. It's like so uninspired. It feels like it's a fan made. Like literally. What do you think about this? But anyway, so just there's nothing much. There's clearly like something is happening. Maybe some crime. going on, because like there's a pieces of like newspapers flashed, like maybe there's another serial killer or whatever, we are at the graveyard. But at the same time, man, I do remember the first announcement of the Persona 5 with its teaser trailer, and the game changed since then. Like the very first teaser from back to of like 2009, or I don't remember, it definitely set up the different mood that we actually got in the final game. So Persona 6 is like kind of same stuff when it's like, well, okay, can I trust you to still have the same mood as you shown in this graveyard? I don't know, honestly. And like I said, I'm feeling kind of burned out from Sega's titles and Persona series. I really would have hoped it actually would have been some kind of Shin Megami Tensei game rather than Persona, my honest opinion. And if there's some like crazy fans that is like, oh my god, don't judge like Persona 6, fuck off. You don't know anything about, I don't know about the game, you don't know anything about the game. I'm concerned because of the everything that was with the series happening as of late. So better be skeptical. Better be safe this way. The logo looks like a YouTube video thumbnail from 2024 trying to predict what... Yeah, exactly. Predict what Persona 6 would look like. Persona 5 teasers were definitely made of darker elements than what Persona 5 actually delivered. I have someone here who absolutely agrees with me. Nice. I feel validated. Yeah, absolutely. I think even yeah, the first trailers, not even the first teaser of the 5, but even like a bit later, we still got like a first teasers of the game. It felt different. The atmosphere was absolutely different. But then the full game is just like, oh, wait, what? That wasn't what I was promised. It was still fun. Like, again, like, I enjoyed 5 until I finished it. When I finished it, I saw through it. But yeah, okay, so we're gonna be moving on. Okay, nice, they finally announced it. I'm concerned, I'm cautious. The only hope there is that maybe thanks to milking the living hell out of the Persona 5 and the Yakuza series, Sega gonna provide like crazy budget for this game. But it's like, I don't know. I don't know, honestly. Let's just go. Next one is Until Dawn 2. That's an interesting one. Until Dawn, the movie game. And the first one, Until Dawn, was actually really good. If you wanna play movie game, Until Dawn 1 is like the only one you should play. Everything else is basically a skip. But this is where it's kind of interesting, because at least the studio that made the original game since then made a shit ton of smaller movie games, and all of them, to my knowledge, are completely awful. So now it's kind of like 50-50. It feels like, oh man, whoa, Until Dawn 2? Holy moly, this must be good. But wait a minute. What if they're actually making this game because everything else flopped? Think about this. What if everything else flopped? So now they like, okay, how are we gonna sell the new game? Oh, what are we gonna call it? A sequel for the game that actually was the most successful for our studio, that earned us the most money and a very positive feedback. So this is kind of this, like, I'm being a skeptic here. I'm like, oh, cool. First one was really good, but what are we doing here exactly? All right. Well, my problem is that between Until 1 and Until Dawn 2, the studio has made... Yeah. That's exactly what I was saying. I'm kind of looking at the chat after I talk about the game. I'm like double checking here and there. That's exactly what I just said. You took words out of my mouth. Alright, next one. Exodus. This one is kind of surprise, actually. This is basically Mass Effect inspired game. It's a massive decision-based RPG, action RPG, sci-fi. I do remember it was announced some time ago, but there wasn't very much information. There was like a little bit sneak peek here and there, and it looked to me kind of like, especially the character design. Even now, the character designs, especially faces, I'm really not a fan of it. So I really didn't know what to think about it. It was kind of like out of like, wasn't on my radar, you know. But the latest presentation was actually kind of good. It took a while, but it picked up the pace. And when they started showing gameplay, I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. It does kind of feel like a Mass Effect 1 and 2, the good ones, the older ones. So again, maybe there is a promise of something. Who knows? We're gonna be following it closely. Then, oh, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin. Well, that is a surprise. Developed by Platinum Games, of all people. Holy moly. That alone, I feel like I wouldn't been sold on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles if I have not heard the Platinum Games involved. Because Platinum Games definitely created a lot of awesome freaking action games. You have Nier Automata, you have Bayonetta, you have Astral Chains, which I need to play, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. There are some other games that I just forgot the names of them, much older ones. There's some good stuff, so holy moly. In terms of the gameplay, Platinum Games often not disappoint, like, at all. If anything, we might actually have amazing action. Alright, next one is Gen Atlas. Whoa, it's a fourth game, basically, in a world of Ico and Shadow of the Colossus. I'm almost confident it's gonna be in the same world, because all three previous games are as well. The creators of Ico, Shadow of the Colossus, and Last Guardian. All three games, and especially Last Guardian, which took like over 10 years to be developed, very troublesome game. These games are definitely unique, and from the looks of the Gen Atlas, it does look like they wanna revisit the most popular one from their portfolio, the Shadow of the Colossus, but now in a sci-fi setting, where it's a giant robot, and you even I actually forgot already, my memory. Are you also able to pilot something? But you are definitely able to climb like giant robots and defeat them. Very, very nice. So looking forward to see more about this. Next. Now this is weird. Guild Wars 3. What the hell? What is that? So I cannot believe also, during my live reaction, I predicted that it was Guild Wars 3 somehow. I don't know how, because if you look at the surface, this looks nothing like it, but there's still some kind of a giveaway. I really loved the first two Guild Wars. If someone doesn't know, it's a MMORPG. It's your basic, just classic MMORPG, more action. It's a more action oriented, not like a point and click, like World of Warcraft, for example. Really love the Guild Wars 1. Guild Wars 2, I was synced in for 100 hours. I adore the sequel so much, but eventually I kinda stopped playing it. I think I stopped playing it exactly before the release of the very first expansion, which is, I think, crazy, because I think Guild Wars 2 took a while to get one, and after it got one, they started printing those expansions, but I wasn't there to actually checking out them anymore. The game was on PC, obviously, it's MMORPG, and it's just so happened that I just stopped playing on PC overall. I always wished for Guild Wars somehow to appear on, like, consoles, for example, and suddenly they announced Guild Wars 3 for every platform. But the problem is, it looks goofy, it looks like, what is this? What is this Fable 3, newest, like, looking Fable game? It really doesn't scream Guild Wars. It looks too cartoony, too happy, if it makes sense, too optimistic. And the logo itself is also kind of like, what kind of vibes are we going with? honestly, I'm concerned. Man, honestly, already, like, in this list, there's certainly games that I'm like, oh, damn, I'm concerned, a bit concerned, concerned, everything is concerned, concerned. Man, promising words, but we need to see how it is gonna be in reality, you know? Alright, well, next one. Ooh, next one is actually interesting. This one, Magicians. I cannot even see the full title. It's a little bit tiny for me. Wait, what's the full? It's Devil's Trick or something. It is... Magicians, The Devil's Deal. When it was shown, I was like, this is Dishonored 3. Ended up not being, but I'm pretty sure it is. Not in terms of... It's not a sequel. I think it's just... It's the same developers making a new game that plays and feels exactly like Dishonored games, and it looks pretty cool. This is the case where I might not be the biggest fan of the visuals, the visual style, the aesthetics, but I see the quality. I can compromise on the aspect of the aesthetics for my personal taste, because everything else looks really good. It looks like fun to play. It's a very creative use of, like, you use powers as a magician, so you have like your magical wand. I expect you to pull some kind of a demon freaking rabbit from the hat and throw this rabbit at the enemies, and it's gonna just consume them whole. And a lot of different magical tricks like this. So kind of cool. Next one, Saw. Any fans of this Saw movie franchise, the torture porn that is? I definitely are. Joking, tiny bit. I really like the older ones, of course, because, again, the best taste right here. The very first two Saw movies, I think, were the best, and then it became, like I said, torture porn. It became just... it's just a gore fest without really that much interesting stuff. Just some creative stuff within the traps, but that's basically it. The stories became dumber and dumber with each title. But hey, they announced the new game, and it seems like it's gonna be kind of similar to wait, what was it? Outlast Trials, that I tried a little bit and really enjoyed it. It seems like it's a little bit multiplayer game where it's like it's 3 of you playing against masterminds, but I think it's actually a very good idea for the Saw franchise to go try something like this. The setting is just very fitting, where it's like a mastermind who creates elaborate traps and puzzles, and other 3 players need to solve it and survive. I feel like it's a just really nice combination. That's pretty much it. Next one is another horror game, heavily action game, and also super gory, Eel. If I'm not mistaken, it's from a Russian developer, and I think it's a one person started developing this game and then received help from the creators of Atomic Heart. Its publisher, I think. It looks interesting. It looks highly realistic. It's a bit stylized still. Like, it's a good combination of, like, style, but also, like, heavy realism. It looks insane. If you look at the trailer, like the recent trailers, it definitely looks like nuts. It's first person. It's action. It's a lot of shooting, and it's a lot of visual splendor. Let's leave it at that. What else is left? Oh, next one. Whoa, man. This one. Holy shit. This is Vampire the Masquerade. Eternal Whispers. Oh, dude, I almost, like, getting goosebumps right now thinking about this game. You can already tell that I'm excited. So this is a Masquerade game, The Vampire, which had its rough history. That's a very old game. There's 2 very old games, one of which is like the most famous one, Vampire Masquerade, which wasn't finished, at the time by developers, so fans actually were finishing the game for the developers for like many years, enhancing the game, and it's just amazing. It's such a good RPG. It's awesome. I just just believe me, it's super awesome. There was the recent game came out, and it was definitely not good. But what is good about this one? It what drives my attention to this one, it made in the Disco Elysium style, which I think is very fitting for this type of genre. So it's basically RPG, almost like a text-based RPG. So it's like gonna be very heavily leaning towards the story, like like storytelling. Like it's a full-on, like, imagine just thousands and thousands pages of dialogues, amazing stuff. Disco Elysium was amazing. Just if you haven't played, Disco Elysium is just superb. It's superb RPG where it's like you have full freedom what to do, a lot of creativity, a lot of unexpected stuff, a lot of comedy as well, which is really nice, a lot of like options to how to approach it from different angles depending on your play style. And a big element was also kind of that you flipping, like in Dungeons and Dragons, you flipping the dices, and you often very unlucky. So if you want to succeed in something, you're probably gonna fail, and it's gonna result in some kind of different type of success that you weren't expected. Like, I really hope they're gonna go this direction. It's gonna be perfect if they will do it. Freaking amazing. Alright, we actually coming to an end of the list. There is something very interesting. So, first of all, The Lost Wild. This looks interesting. When it was announced, I actually thought this is gonna be Alien Isolation. I really thought from the trailer it gave out this mood. But then dinosaurs showed up. Dinosaurs showed up, and I'm like, wait, is it a Jurassic Park made like an Alien Isolation? And then the title dropped, and it's like, wait, but the title doesn't says it's Jurassic Park, so what is it? But what it definitely is something interesting. If we are making like a first-person horror game that is like Isolation, but with the dinosaurs like Jurassic Park, I again gonna say that's a very nice combination. I don't remember much stuff done in this way. So again, we'll see how it's gonna go. I have my hopes. And finally, there's one game left. There is one more game left to put here from what was shown on these presentations and piqued my interest. It's Xenoblade Genesis. Let me put it all the way up. Resident Evil, move away. Here we go. Xenoblade Genesis. That was a surprise, but I kind of expected this. I thought like if like Switch, Nintendo is like showing stuff, surely Fire Emblem is not gonna be the only exclusive that is coming out to newest platform. There should be something else. What about Xenoblade? And they are just bombarded us with a trilogy, with a Chronicles trilogy being heavily enhanced, and the reveal of the newest one in development, Genesis. Nice. I hope the fans are happy. The only thing I feel like, even though I haven't really played the Xenoblade games, like, I'm not a fan, but I already see, like, there's some strange stuff. I'm not sure how fans gonna feel about this. It looks, very whimsical, a little bit. There's a lot of elves. The main protagonist is the elf. There's another elves. There's an academy. It gave out the vibes of, funny enough, Fire Emblem Three Houses and Persona, where it almost feels like you are a student attending the academy and like living like the life of the student, going through the calendar day by day in this academy, which exists in this like definitely still sci-fi, I assume, setting, where the world, as to my understanding from the trailer, is like a sphere where you're living from the inside of the sphere. Like you looking up the sky and you just see the other side of your world. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. Well, at least from the trailer, it kind of looked like this, which is kind of interesting. Like, what the hell is this world? Where it takes place? What is outside of this world? So, I think this is interesting. I mean, it's a new Xenoblade game, and if I'm gonna start playing Chronicles, I might catch up. What do you think? Alright, well, that took a while. This is basically everything shown that piqued my interest during the recent announcements, and I put them basically in a chronological order of their release through the months. But this is not the end of the tier list, because now I have one more section all the way here. Must play in order. In order of the release, probably. So, are we ready? What are we thinking? What do we thinking? What should I choose? Because this is dense, especially like September, October, with everything that is I'm playing right now and wanted to play for a very long time, like a trail series, there's some other stuff. All of this releasing, realistically, I feel I just not gonna have time to play all of this at the same time. So I think we need to take a priority, and this is why this is here. So I'm thinking, what would have been really nice to play? Oh boy, we're gonna be kind of rearranging this. Oh man. Alright. I wanna go through from the date of the release as well, in order, you know? To like kinda understand where I am in this like upcoming half a year of 2026. And I think I'm gonna try to start with the Xenoblade Chronicles 1. It's still up in the air. Will I start this series? I don't know. Maybe you should vote on my YouTube channel, yes or no. Should I jump jump into this series? Because I know these games are like massive, like insanely massive. But on the other hand, I'm kind of like thinking, well, okay, maybe they are bigger than Trails, but Trails is like over like 15 games. Chronicles at least is just 3 games. So maybe it's doable, but I feel like it's gonna be quite an adventure if I'm gonna start it, isn't it? Because I heard the good stuff, I heard some bad stuff, but I'm gonna see it for myself. I am my own person. I see positive, I see negative responses. I need to see it for myself and decide for myself how it is actually. So yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles is already available. And then I do really want to try Xanadu. I really want to try Xanadu, for sure. Kyoto Xanadu is coming out this, well, in Japan or not, I'm not sure, but it's coming out at some point. It was promised summer, but there's a problem still, because I still need to play Cold Steel games and Tokyo Xanadu, because I do want to go in sort of chronological order to make it like more immersive, you know? But I do want this. And funny enough, well, since there's a first Xenoblade Chronicles, I feel like the second one is the must be here. So, already kinda tough. What else? Ah, man, well, Sinkin' City 2, I would like to play it, but this is where we are, because if I am about to start something as massive as Chronicles, while also playing some other stuff, I just don't know if I'm gonna have time between, like, between one of those games and the next game that I'm really interested in to play something else. We'll see. Like, obviously Sinkin' City is not gonna be too big. I think the first one was like 20 hours, maybe 30 hours. It's still kind of big, but it's obviously not comparable to RPGs and JRPGs. So I think for now, let's just stay here. It might not be the most priority. We're gonna think about this more and more. What's coming next is Halloween, and I think this is even less of a priority. It's a neat looking game, but I don't know. I don't know. Hmm. Yeah, I'm just thinking about something separate. But anyway, so what's coming next though? Fire Emblem Fortunate Wave. I feel like we all gonna agree. I think I'm not skipping this one at this point. I'm way too excited about this game specifically. I I I I almost cannot count the days until it's gonna be released. Honestly, Three Houses going strong. I might have some a little bit gripes with the Three Houses here and there, but overall the experience is very nice. But what is just most important, I feel like even if I skipped Three Houses, and I'm glad I did not, the Fortune's Weave just looks so good. I just one just look at it and I just cannot, my eyes are glued to the screen. The setting, the character, the gameplay, just everything is like, oh, it's so cool. And now, after playing Three Houses, still playing it at the moment, obviously, I'm like even more hooked because it's technically a sequel or a prequel or something else. It is connected, so there's already like expansion of the lore. So I'm like even it's so much more excited about this. So hell yes, like super waiting for this. Fuck, it should be even at the beginning of the list, but let us continue. And it's gonna be tough because then it's Silent Hill Townfall. And to be honest, I feel like this is must play as well. My personal opinion, it's a Silent Hill, and it is a Silent Hill that I am interested in. There's not many that I would have been, but this one is interesting, and I think it is fine to be in a must play section, because I'm very confident this is gonna be super small. This game is gonna be super tiny. I'm like 99% certain, because the previous games from these developers were literally like 3 to 5 hours, literally, unless you're gonna be super dumb and stuck at a puzzle. there are sometimes situations where it's like the game is super short, but then one fucking puzzle like takes you like 5 hours to complete. Well, obviously, if you didn't check like the guides or something. I don't know how much of a budget Konami gave them. Maybe it's gonna be a little bit bigger, but I still think it's gonna be like within 10 hours, if not less. So maybe like 2 streams and that's it. So I think it's fine to be here. Oh man, God, this is tough. I'm gonna be putting this in the list and then like look at overall how does it look, how crazy my ambitions are. But I really think Control Resonant, I'm let it be here for now. Let's just put it here. I'm really waiting for this one. I really like these games. The first one was good. I like what Remedy Studio does. It looks very promising. I don't think there's much else to say. Like, it's just your crazy action game that delves into supernatural and like a little bit like Lovecraftian, like a very mysterious like stuff with like alternative dimensions, time travel, just like the invisible gods from other dimensions controlling the humanity, and just some wacky stuff. This stuff is really interesting. And Animusha, Animusha just, yes, it's a Capcom game, the demo version impressed me, I already said it, it looks like it's a thrill. And I also think this is also not gonna be too big of a game, at least it's what I think. I think this is gonna be basically like a Resident Evil, pretty much linear stuff, so maybe like 15 hours, 15-20 hours, so I think like if we're gonna be playing some massive games, we can still fit somewhere like Silent Hill and Imusha. It's probably going to be done very quickly. But what is more important is get the most out of these experiences, because I have a good hunch it's going to be very enjoyable. There got to be some short games on that list. Yep. We already got some here. What else? Oh boy, God, this is tough. But I think Ace Combat 8 is not a priority. This game is just too unique. It looks appealing. It looks fun, but I just don't know. I feel like maybe I need to be sold more on trying it, but I'm not sure if it's gonna be day one. I really wonder if there's some people who like maybe can tell me more about the game. and whenever this one is gonna be released, how good it is. I don't think it's gonna go into priority as of now. Then Dragon's Dogma 2. Oh man, this is tough. I really wanted to play Dragon's Dogma 2. Really want to play. Really want to play, but I feel it just almost doesn't fit the schedule at all. I mean, it's an expansion, so it means this game is not going to be even bigger, because I haven't played the base game yet. So, it's definitely going to be like 100 hours. It's a condensor? It's definitely competition to other JRPGs out there. It's going to be a tough one. It's very close to being must-play. I really want this. But man... Let it leave it here for now. I'm not sure. But the next one, I feel like I want. I just want. I want to play this Castlevania game. I want to play Belmont's Curse. It looks just really appealing. It looks like, again, like it's again situation where it's like if I wasn't even a fan of the genre of Metroidvania, or like didn't know anything about the series, I would still give it a shot because just how appealing it looks. It's just kind of the same like with the newest Fire Emblem. If my memory was wiped out and we started with a clean slate, and I've seen this game, just the trailers, I'm like, holy moly. I'm like feeling like I'm just back to my childhood when it was much simpler at times, you know? You see the game, you see a pretty cover for the game, and you just buy it and you try it. Will it be good? Will it be bad? You don't know, but you're gonna give it a shot. And this one is just... It looks super cool. And I don't think it's going to be big either. I think it's not going to be too big. It is Metroidvania. To be fair, like something like Hollow Knight is insanely massive. Original Hollow Knight is like 30 hours. We played Silksong, which is like 50 hours. That's insane for Metroidvanias. Plus, also gonna just say, Silksong sucked. Silksong is awful. First Hollow Knight is amazing though. Masterpiece, 10 out of 10. But anyway. So, I don't know. I feel like it's a Castlevania. It's probably not gonna be too big. Maybe like 15 hours. We'll see. Next. Oh god, dude. You know this list is gonna be horrible. This list is gonna be massive. And all of this is coming out in like, I'm sorry, like, where are we right now? We are in October. So, oh god. Oh my god. All of this is basically in the span of like 3 months. It's dense. It's insanely dense. Phantom Blade Zero, I feel like there's almost like so much good stuff apparently coming out, but I feel it's like, what is it? I'm like, I'm committed. I feel it's, at this point, it's just, I need to do this. I was waiting for this game for so long, I must play it. I was, like, it's this awkward thing, whereas I was waiting for this game for so long, I really wanted to play it, but there was nothing else announced yet, you know? Like, since I waited for this, suddenly we got drop of this, and this, and this. So it's like, oh, wait, what? Oh no, the competition now. Holy moly, what am I supposed to do? I mean, no one forces you to play games as soon as they're released, but I want to. What do you mean? It's not about forcing myself. It's me wanted to play all of them. And it just so happens there's a lot of interesting stuff coming out at the same time. Obviously, we are gonna be doing compromises. Don't worry about me. Don't worry. I appreciate it. But I'm not gonna, like, overburden myself. I'm not gonna burn out myself. We're still gonna spread it equally somehow, you know? Alright, next. Remothered. Oh, man, well... maybe, well, depends. Shit. It's gonna be small. I'm sure it's gonna be a tiny horror game. But I also want to revisit the other two. Especially the second one that I did not play, though. Man... Don't worry. We're gonna figure this out. It's not over for the tier list. I promise. Let's just be here. We're gonna fix it. So let's just be here. I'm kind of waiting for this. Hellraiser, I also want to play, because the trailer looks promising. Unlike, say, Halloween, Hellraiser is like, oh wait, this is kind of cool. And probably not gonna be too long either. Okay, what's next I want to play? Xenoblade Chronicles 3, let's go! Shit. Nice, this is going very, very, very nicely, don't you think? Oh boy. Alright, well, obviously, 1, 2, and 3, so potentially all of them. Nice. Alright, well, Lords of the Fallen is kinda... might not be a priority, might be something cool, but we need to see whenever it's gonna be released. I'm not quite sure yet. And this is pretty much everything. Actually, this is everything that is coming out, and we know the date of the release. That's the important part. From here, let's just kind of go to the games that are coming next year or the year after that. What is just interesting to me, you know? I think it's just fair to put this... already put Xenoblade Genesis here. And listen, so... obviously, let's address the elephant in the room. I haven't played these games, but I have a feeling. I have a feeling that I might like them. From what I've seen, what I heard, and to be honest, I did try it just a tiny bit, I think, of like the prologue of the third game, and I'll look at the first game again, like at the very beginning, like 5 years ago. Like, imagine that. I think what it was actually. When was the third game released? I don't remember, but I think I just brought it because from the trailers it looked cool. I just brought the third game. I started the third game, I played the prologue, and I was already like, oh wow, this is cool. But wait a minute, there's another 2 games. Maybe I should stop. Maybe I should like, okay, I played prologue, let's just not see anything else that is going on. Maybe I'm just gonna go and like buy the other 2 games. And it's just, I haven't really played them yet. But I feel like I'm gonna love them, so let's have a Genesis here as well. Obviously, I'm waiting for Resident Evil Veronica. Obviously, duh. Even though I'm concerned, I'm waiting for this. Atelier Caria, not sure. Vive, very nice. But I feel it's not the must. It's a remaster, it's like... it's cool, but maybe it's just a game to play at downtime at some point when it's like there's nothing gonna be there, you know. Next is A Stranger Than Heaven. And I feel like, despite everything, I feel like I just kind of not feeling it. I'm just not feeling it. I know there's a lot of people who really waiting for this game, really waiting. But it's just something. Maybe the latest trailer that's shown Tupac and Snoop Dogg is like, what the fuck are we doing here? What is that? I don't know. This is kind of the thing, like I think like even like with Atelier Caria, it's like, instead of putting it here, I'd rather play other Atelier games, the older Atelier games. And same with The Stranger Than Heaven. I feel like rather than playing this game day one, I'd rather go back and play Yakuza games that I haven't played yet, you know what I mean? Alright. But I think Final Fantasy should be here. And with that, also the Rebirth should be here, which I was hiding in my tier list. You haven't seen it, but it is here. I was hiding Rebirth. So I need to play Rebirth at some point. Oh boy. That's gonna be a death of me. Let's just have it here. Metro. Oh man. I feel yes. These games are good. This game is just good. I don't know how big this is gonna be. I heard Exodus is massive, the third game. The only one that I haven't played. I kind of hope they're not gonna do this. I hope this game, which kind of gives the vibes, is gonna be like the first two. Much more linear, much more like story-driven, straight to the point. This looks really promising. I'm just gonna leave it at that. It looks really promising. Plus, again, we might as well not concern ourselves about what is going on in this list, because we don't have a date of the release. The matter of fact, maybe I can just add the tier below, and it's must... Yeah, let's do this. Must play in the future, you know? I think this is just for easier understanding. It's much better this way. What do you think? Alright, so Metro, Warhammer, cool, but I mean, I'm not sure. Really cool, but I'm not sure. 1666, cool, but I'm even more unsure. Blood Rain, though, Stellar Blade, oh hell yes, 100%. 100%, I think I said enough. It looks juicy. Crossline, do know. Persona 6? I guess, I mean... it's the thing is, I'm like so concerned about this game, but it's a Persona game. I think we must check it out and see how shit it's gonna be. What do you think? we need to check it out day one. I think we need to check it out, be one of the first people, and judge it harshly and fairly. The good, the bad, the ugly. It's gonna be here. Until Dawn 2, it's a movie game. It's probably gonna be like 2 hours long and that's it. Obviously not, but I think it's not a priority, realistically speaking. Next is Exodus. Looks interesting, but again, need to see more. Yeah, I think, like, oh man, there are some stuff though. Last Ronin. Oh man, Last Ronin. It's a Platinum game, but this, I must say I'm not exactly the fan of the Ninja Turtles, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You know, I did not really. I mean, I did watched it when I was a kid, but not too much. I guess I'm just not really a fan. But it's Platinum game. But I don't know. I think it's like, we need to see more. Gen Atlas, though, looking forward to it. I feel these kind of games, just like with Last Guardian, which really gone through like a hell development hell, it's... I can already expect Gen Atlas be kind of clunky, maybe not very polished, but I feel like these games, just you need to give them some attention, some kind of love, some kind of, like, give them a chance. These games coming out so rarely, like, literally, once in, like, if not 5, then 10 years, literally. So, hoping it's gonna be good, and if hoping that they're not gonna repeat the history of Last Guardian, which actually took like 10 or like 12 years to develop, and the end result was a little bit bare bones. So yeah. Guild Wars 3, god, it would have been on this list, but goddamn, we need to see more, because this reveal trailer was wacky. This was goofy, not in a good way. It's a Guild Wars, but is it though? So let's just leave it here. Magicians, cool, Dishonored, kind of game, but I feel it's not a priority. I feel like just, again, kind of need to see a little bit more about this. What else do we have? We have Saw. Saw? Interesting, but it's gonna be like how are they calling these kind of games? Not, like, is it like isometric multiplayer or something, where it's like 3 versus 1, 4 versus 1, 100 versus 1. Fairly speaking, it's probably not a priority. Same with Eel. Looks cool, probably not too long, but let's not make it a priority. It's fine. But what definitely is going here, I think you might have already guessed after me glazing everything out of this reveal. Eternal Whispers, Vampire Masquerade. God damn. I'm just crossing my fingers. I'm crossing my fingers. This is gonna be superb. Oh, please, yes. Alright, and to be honest, this is pretty much it. Alien Isolation 2. Yes, cool, but I feel like maybe we can down our expectations a little bit. I'm looking forward, but who knows? Who knows? Need to see more. And same with our final game on the list, The Lost Wild. Looks interesting. Kinda Alien Isolation, but Jurassic Park. Interesting, but need to see more. So, this is This is the new phase that we have here. So, you thinking we are done with this tier list? Oh no, I can keep going. I can keep yapping. I hope you enjoying it though. Please tell me if you are enjoying it. So, there is a cheat code I have. There is another tier that I had prepared that I haven't used, and it was hidden all along at the very bottom. You haven't seen it yet. It is called Horrors. And I'm gonna move it all the way up to this point. So now, we are gonna be optimizing it even better and better. Because now I can just put every single horror into this section. Because now it's a I like stuff, but in terms of the priorities, they can go in a different section. So Silent Hill goes first here. Makes sense. Remothered, Hellraiser. Okay, kinda cool, I think. Was there any horror games here left? Wait, well, I mean, Resident Evil is not a horror game, we all know that, right? Persona 6 might be a horror game just by how horrifying it is. But yeah, I think it's cool. And this is where I can clear it in terms of the Sinking City now can go in the back in terms of the priorities. Yeah, I can start rearranging them. I think Hellraiser is just gonna be much more interesting than Remothered, but Remothered, I'm just interested in this. I'm interested in like following the story. Hellraiser looks actually fun. Sinking City, interesting. Man, well, wait, let me think about this, because we still have things at the bottom, right? And there are Until Dawn. It's technically a horror, to be fair. It's a movie game where it's definitely gonna be jump scares. I think it's just gonna be jump scares, and that's it. So, let's have it here in chronological order as well. And beside that, we could put Saw and just the rest of it, like Saw, Eel, Alien, Lost Wild. Man, okay, dude, I think this list's starting to look more and more interesting. With every action we take. I almost feel like now Sinking City, even though it releases earlier, well, no, let's put it in chronological order. We'll see how it's gonna go. The rest, we don't know exactly when it's gonna be releasing. Until Dawn, it's a movie game. Honestly, how long it's gonna take them to develop it? I feel like this is not gonna take too long. So I think this is my expectation when they're gonna be released. I'm gonna adjust some other stuff here as well. Like, by the end of this, everything is gonna be just juicy. Halloween. Ah, man, this is a little bit tough. I mean, should we take away multiplayer stuff? What do you think? Should we remove multiplayer stuff because it might not be as good as it is. It's not single player after all. I don't know. I feel let it be here. Okay, so how does it look? Is this where I'm gonna leave it? I wonder. I really wonder. Oh boy. I'm storm braining the ideas now, because I don't think I can really move stuff around, but I feel we can like enhance this tier list even further. Should I now make it a proper tier list and put in the games like which one, like S tier waiting? I don't know. All of this is put in the chronological order of the release. Something to play in the future. We can actually rearrange this. Like actually, what is coming out sooner than later? I'm pretty confident Resident Evil gonna be one of the first ones to be released. Also, the Final Fantasy, final part of the 7th entry. I feel like they actually promised this at the beginning of 2027, which actually means like Rebirth is also should be played prior to it. Metro, I'm pretty sure very early. And then actually this is kind of it. I actually don't know when everything else is going to be released. Genesis? I mean, I feel like they might cook it like sooner than later, right? I don't know. Blood Rain is gonna be in development. Persona is gonna be in development for a very long time. Gen Atlas, maybe they did kind of show in gameplay. Maybe there's a promise it's gonna be sooner. Maybe Nintendo is gonna put everything into this Xenoblade. Maybe it's gonna be earlier. Somewhere in here probably. Potentially. Persona 6. Oh, I don't know. Wow, this is rough. I think I'm gonna leave it like this. Alright, so this is potential release of the games. And at the bottom of the list, if you can still see it, yeah, we can still see it. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Karia is pretty much announced of like May or April or something. Stranger Than Heaven is gonna be there very early on. The rest of the games are like unknown where they're gonna release. The remaster is probably gonna take not too long to be developed if it's gonna be released. The Last Ronin seems to be very long in the development. Guild Wars 2 as well. Exodus over Magicians, probably. Crossfire also, we don't know. Maybe kind of put it together with Exodus. 1666 is just weird, no idea. Warhammer is probably gonna take also a while to cook. Or not. I really don't know, but let's kind of have it here. Alright, so I think this kind of completes this. Just a general idea from like my thoughts of like which game I want to play the most and when they are releasing. Everything is basically in a chronological order and in a way of like from where I would have started. So now I have a question. So for those who are present, should I enhance this tier list even further? Like put them, like spread them even further to like S tier of must play, A tier of must play, etc. Like what would be even highest priority? I think I can put Xenoblade Chronicles together to each other. Like literally a trilogy, even though it's gonna take a while until the third one is gonna be enhanced in December. Meanwhile, oh man, I think I am. Oh man, okay. I think I am gonna put it a little bit like this. Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, I think is like absolute day one. Absolute day one, no matter what. What is also day one? Man, I don't know. So, I think realistically, Kyoto Xanadu might as well go in the back of the list. Because, like I said, I still need to play Cold Steel 1 and 2, and Tokyo Xanadu. It's gonna take a while until we're gonna get to the Kyoto. So, it is not a day one, that's for sure. Funny thing else is that Control Resonant and Onimusha coming out basically at the same day. I think Onimusha is gonna take a priority because it looks like it's gonna be a safe bet that it's just gonna be fun and much smaller. I think on the Control I can wait a little bit. Maybe even more. Who knows? Because Castlevania is definitely very juicy looking. Yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this looks... Okay, this makes sense. I feel like this makes sense. Oh man, how interesting. Oh yeah. Let me do something. Must play. Oh, what the hell happened here? What? Doesn't make sense. Wait, what? Okay, this looks interesting. Must hoard Tror place. Yes, this is definitely what it's written here. What the hell, tier list? Alright, we're gonna go with this. So, I'm confident about this. Fire Emblem is the top priority. Xenoblade, if we're gonna start it, we might commit to this. Onimusha is looking very tempting. Castlevania 2. Then we kind of have, like, at some point, maybe Control Resonance, Phantom Blade Zero, and Kyoto Xanadu when their time is right. Must play in the future. Well, I mean, future is the future. We're gonna decide when the time gonna come. You know what I mean? So obviously Resident Evil Veronica is gonna be day one. Everything else depends. Especially like Final Fantasy, because I need to play Final Fantasy Rebirth at some point. If they are not gonna bombard us with many other surprise releases in 2027, that's gonna be put somewhere in between this stuff, I think it's kind of fine. Because half of this is definitely not coming out in the first half of the next year. Definitely. So this is just chill. It's a cheer playlist. We must be gonna be still playing some of the other games in 2027. So this is fine. So now we going back to here. Must play horror games. And I think I'm gonna rearrange it actually a little bit. I feel like something is gonna go back. So, Sinking City is very neat. It's very neat. I do want to play it. But it's like, how much of a priority it is? When I'm looking at like Silent Hill and Hellraiser, that really piqued my interest. I feel Sinking City gonna go back to just its regular place. It's coming out, in fact it's coming out in August. We might as well delete July here now. Very simple solution. Silent Hill, yes. Hellraiser, yes. Remothered. Oh boy. Now I'm kind of like, yes, I'm interested, but is it a priority? God, I think not really. Same goes to... Well, now this is a bit weirder because it's in the future. These 4 games not releasing anytime soon. Until Dawn, Alien Isolation, Eel, The Lost Wild. I think they can still be here, because who knows when they're gonna release, and I am interested. The rest, we'll see how it's gonna go. And now this list, I think, what else? I think we're pretty much done? I'm trying to think my hardest. I think this is it. So I hope you're still here. I hope you understand my how my brains are working, my thoughts, the logic behind all of this. So I'm gonna repeat it. Everything here mostly stays in its chronological order of the release, but it doesn't necessarily mean I'm gonna be playing it day one. Although some games are 100% day one, unless something is gonna happen. Something is gonna happen, and I'm unable to acquire these video games, which I hope is not gonna happen. God, the last thing I wanna is video games to disappear. So here it is. Must play games that we do know the release date of. In terms of the priority and kind of how they coming out. Very nice. This is a top priority list at the very top. The one below is the same stuff, but it's without a date of the release. So we don't know when it's coming out. It's next year. We're gonna bother about it next year. Don't worry about this. In fact, so it's not gonna be confusing, I'm gonna move horrors above. Because horrors, I also want to play these specific ones. God, I guess... I feel like it is confusing to have these. Because they are next year. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna move them, because who knows? Yeah. Well, Ah, man, this is... man, I want this tier list to be perfect. We almost there. I'm just kinda... I'm not sure about these guys. Should they create another tier list? Yes. Wait a minute. We're cooking. Wait a minute. I'm gonna make it perfect. I'm gonna be a... Future horrors. Different sections. Future horrors. Yes. I think this is gonna be just better to be it like this. Yeah. Separate tier. Separate tier list. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, 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 yes. It just looks much more neat. You know what I mean? It's much neat this way. Future horrors. Ah, fuck it. Sinking City just gets somewhere in here, you know? So I can just delete August. I'm gonna delete just August, so now you can see everything. Yeah, now you can see everything. You don't know what I'm cooking? I'm just cooking my list. Just bear with me. So here we go. Here we go. This is now, I think, absolutely official. Yes. All right. All right. So here you go. Here you go. Final thoughts. Chronological order of many games. Very convoluted, but priority of playing them. Fire Emblem, for sure. Xenoblade Chronicles, super interested. Still looking at what people voting on my YouTube channel, yes or no, should I start it? It's gonna be quite a long adventure. Thankfully, they are kind of spread out until like December, so like, obviously, like, if I'm gonna start and I somehow gonna get to the third game, we probably gonna be playing it in 2027 because it's a December game basically. Animusha, absolutely want to play it. Castlevania 2, they are a bit of a more priority of because like I'd rather play them and only then Control Resonant, Phantom Blade Zero, and eventually at some point somehow catch up to Kyoto Xanadu. And we have like a little horror games here, which can be fit like anywhere. I want to play them absolutely. If there's gonna be a free time, I'm gonna put them somewhere in here. So that's basically the gist of it. Here you go. So what if you are concerned about what I would like to play in the next half a year? This is basically the top two tiers on this list, because everything else is unknown. We have games releasing in the future. Obviously, some of them are going to be playing day one. There might be some other video games releasing as well, but we just don't know about them yet. Same goes to horror games. I just separate them because they're horror games. There are stuff to play when there's like nothing else is there, unless I really want them. And just the leftovers, very simple leftovers, where I couldn't really put them into must-play category, but they're like releasing pretty soon. September, October, all this kind of stuff. And then the future games are here. Didn't really deserve must-play medal from me, but maybe someday. We'll see. We need to see more about these video games. Hell yes. And this is pretty much it. To be honest, there is one more game here. You thought there's no more surprises? You probably kinda can see it. I don't know why, but there's a metaphor here. For some reason I have metaphor here. In this tier list. This game came out like 2 years ago or something. Well, anyway, I obviously really want to play it. I mean, I even started it, but I just dropped it. Let it just be somewhere there. I want to play it at some point, but I just don't know where, when. Maybe... Ooh. What if I'm just gonna put it, like, before Persona 6? If there's no plans, because I kinda, like, they did show a remake of Persona 4, but I feel it's kinda too late. I feel like uninterested anymore. Like, just didn't grab my attention. Especially after playing a remake of 3, I feel like I kinda got enough of it. So now I'm just kinda, let's just wait for the new game. And maybe Metaphor at some point, we're gonna play it before Persona 6 as like a standalone game. So, hell yes. Yeah. So I think we gonna finish it right here. Don't get me wrong, because there's obviously other games gonna be fit here. There's Trails games, like I said, there's Trails games, there's definitely gonna be fitting somewhere, like at Tokyo Xanadu as well. There might be some other surprises. This list is mostly about the upcoming games. upcoming games, as we can see. There's still older games. So many older games that I personally very interested in checking out as well. I'm sure some people also would like me to check something out. Or maybe they just see something that they haven't played themselves, but maybe they can see me playing it instead. But yeah, I think this is... I know this is convoluted, but I think it's a strong idea. Do share your thoughts, please, in the comment section below. I'm curious, what do you think? What are you waiting for? What kind of games do you take priority over others? Because, let's be fair, not all of us have a lot of free time and infinite amount of money to get all of this. So we do need to make sacrifices and priorities. Which one is better than the other? But yeah, here it is. Do also let me know if I missed something. Maybe there is some kind of game that I should have put here on the list as well. Because, man, I feel like there is one tier is missing. I think there should have been also a tier saying the games that I absolutely not waiting for. Because there's definitely what is missing. Wolverine is missing. And the new God of War game, Leafy. God of War Leafy is missing here. Hell no. Absolute skip. Maybe if you want, I can make a separate video of the games that I'm hating and I refuse to play, and I'm gonna just relay all of my thoughts why I don't wanna play them. But yeah, alright, so this is the finished product. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed it. If you have questions, do add them. If you have something else to say, also, don't be shy. Do share it with me. Maybe I skipped something. And yeah, with that being said, I'm looking forward to playing a lot of them. And I mean, like, also, like, keeping up the conversation. I just want to also hear people, what people want me to play. Just I can use it in consideration, you know, in this priority. Like, because trust me, I'm not forcing myself, but it still plays kind of a role. Like, what exactly is like people want me to play the most, and I also wanna play. If those two lines are gonna align, there's a higher possibility this is exactly what I'm gonna be playing, you know? Kinda winking here. You cannot see it, but I am. Man. Good stuff. Good stuff. Hell yes. Alright, I'm gonna leave it here. I think I talked enough. It actually took 2 hours to go through this. I put an effort. I put my brain into this. Here is my schedule. Will I gonna be 100% playing it? I don't know. It's for you to decide. The final decision is yours, my viewer. So, I am gonna be leaving it here with my regular message. If you did enjoy this very weird tier list, and if you survived it, just as a survival horror game it was, please consider following me on my Twitch channel, Proxyverse Official, where I'm streaming almost every day variety of video games. It's all the stuff is below. You can literally see it. There's also my YouTube channel with the same name, where I'm uploading shit like this, and my full playthroughs, which are absolutely amazing, and also a lot of reactions to video game trailers and openings. If you have any recommendations, please share them in the comments. I would really glad to check something out that I might have missed. And yep, I do hope you're gonna have good days ahead of you, and even better games. Gonna be seeing you around. Bye bye.